I marched from the air-conditioned mini-mart into the armpit of the sultry afternoon. The brothers Schlee had already forgotten about me and were busy hitting on a trio of college girls gassing up their fancy red convertible. Owen slumped against the fender of Scarface's pickup, anxiously watching. Dylan stood apart from the rest and smirked. The girls were strangers to these parts. They exuded the whiff of a glossy perfume ad, with pristine manicures, Hermès sunglasses, and gold bangles jangling on their wrists. I knew the type. Girls like these often found their way down to the Cayuga Cinema from the great camps on Diamond Lake, seeking summer blockbusters to alleviate bouts of rainy-day boredom. They were typically loud and ungracious, chatting throughout the movie and displaying the withering disdain of lesser nobility toward the locals. I often pictured such girls flitting moth-like around posh young heirs with perfect teeth and names like Bradley and Bennett, soaking up the sun in string bikinis, or squealing with delight on the backs of speeding jet skis, their arms wrapped around the sort of well-oiled abs I could only ever dream about someday caressing myself. Or maybe I just watched too many Mean Girl movies. The driver, a statuesque brunette wearing a pained expression, stood filling the tank. The two others absorbed themselves in their phones. All three were working overtime to ignore the advances of Scarface and Shad. "Trust me, gorgeous," Scarface said, leaning so close to the driver his breath disrupted her hair. 10B takes you to this great lookout on the far side of Little Tip Mountain. You can see for miles up there. If you want the best scenery, that's the way to go. Nah, bro, Shad protested. They ought to take Town Line up to Little Tip. He reached his arms above his head to stretch and flexed his scrawny biceps for the benefit of nobody. It's quicker that way. Plus, they'll get all the scenery along Black Dove Pond and Kenner Lake. Asshole, Scarface said, and puffed out his skinny chest for all he was worth. Town Line is dirt and potholes. Trust me, ladies. Stay on 10B. Smooth rides are my specialty. He made the international smooth ride hand gesture, and somewhere, a seismometer registered the tremor of 3 pairs of female eyeballs rolling in unison.